It's like trouble.
If you look south of normal.
Yeah, that guy's gonna kill me. So I like how the monk has like bro hair.
Oh, yeah. It's just sticking up.
He's just like, says radical all the time, maybe. Fuck, those shadows look, ugh.
They're pretty bad. And now we're making our way south to the first of the elemental dungeons where the earth crystal is kept. Because what comes to light later is that the four fiends, there's one for each of the crystal.
Fuck.
They've been arriving and waking up in 200-year increments. So the earth crystal was corrupted like 400 years ago, and then another was corrupted 200 years ago. One was corrupted now, and then the last was supposed to be corrupted like 200 years from now. So we're going to which is why this place is more fucked up than other places, because the earth crystal is nearest to it. So the earth is particularly corrupt, which is why we're encountering so many undead.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Probably due, to the fact that I haven't played this since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And that these like updated sprites and stuff. But I wonder if that came across as strongly, because it certainly to me didn't. But like I said, I played it as a kid.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah. Yeah, and, as a kid, you just tend to not notice themes. At least I didn't, because I don't know. I was intelligent in some ways and really dumb in others.
Yeah.
I just didn't notice certain things.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just
it's just what it was.
Yeah. That's why it's fun to go back and do it again.
Yeah, it's...
Look at that fucking...
Yeah, that's the sleeping bag.
They all get in there.
They just cram this fucking cornucopia.
I mean, honestly...
They set the squash and the corn aside. Climb inside.
And then Monk Dude like pops a boner and he's like, "Here, that horn of plenty, huh?"
Oh, I'm 4 inches.
Hey,
Noodle.
Hey, Noodle.
So this
Manish Man.
Yeah. So that's an example of Manish Man. Did you notice that he has flexing arms on his back to make up his back muscles?
Yeah.
But that's an example of one of the encounters that's worth fighting. That's one enemy. He can hit me one time per turn, and not even for much more damage than a regular enemy would hit. And if he hits my warrior, it's only going to be 1 or 2 anyway. But that one enemy gives me as much experience and gil as I think this whole pack will.
Oh yeah.
And that's 4 enemies getting 1 attack per turn each.
Yeah.
They have the potential to kill one of my casters in 1 turn.
If they just all focus.
This game does seem to prioritize attacks on the people in your top 2 spots, though, which is why I have Knuckles and Meatman up there. That might not be the case, but it happens so frequently that I believe it is.
And I'm assuming
the majority of physical attacks will land on the first 2 characters. Now, you've seen right there, my white mage got attacked twice in a row. It does happen.
But that's just the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that might just be that the numbers kept coming up so often that I have that perception, and it's wrong. But for the sake of my playthrough, it was certainly beneficial for me to put my stronger characters up top.
And I'm assuming this game didn't have rows, like you couldn't put your mage in the back row.
I was trying to do that right away, and I'm like, oh, that didn't exist yet. And that's another reason why I wish I had rolled another warrior in place of a monk. Because my warrior takes 1 or 2 damage, maybe 6 or so at a time, whereas my monk has not... Yeah, they say key. Whereas my monk doesn't have much more armor than my casters. So he's actually...
Oh, sorry, I just grabbed one of the sushi bits.
So my monk actually gets his ass blown up pretty frequently. Like, not as bad as my casters, but going through a dungeon, it's like my warrior barely needs any healing. It's my monk and my casters where all my healing is going. So if I had a second caster... a second warrior in place of a monk, suddenly that cuts my healing down by 1/3.
Yeah.
If I have 3 warriors and 1 healer, I only have 1 character that I'm really concerned about with healing. Now, if I encounter a caster, my whole party is gonna get damaged pretty strongly, but that's true even with my current composition. And even with my current composition, I only have the 1 healer. Whereas, for the most part, like this is 8, and this is a preemptive strike, which is another gripe I have, is how frequently the enemy gets preemptive strikes in this game compared to you. You do get the occasional preemptive strike, but very, very infrequently. In fact, I only fight this because I know I can take them out with a Fire 2 spell, or at least half of them. But yeah, this is 8 enemies, each with an attack, so that's 8 attacks per turn, some of which can poison me.
That's bullshit. And they all heal.
They heal a little bit. It's not very significant, so it's not a problem, but it is something. Oh, poison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This
is one where poison doesn't go away. Fortunately...
Every step and it doesn't go away.
Fortunately, it's only 1 damage per step. I've played some of the other ones where you retain poison afterwards, and the damage is like 10 per step.
Or it's like a percentage.
Or a percentage, and so you accidentally run like 10 steps, and you're like, oh no!
Noma.
Yeah, this is one of those bosses that you encounter next to a chest. So right there, he hit my warrior for 56 damage. 91. And that's my warrior. He's the guy who's normally taking 1 or 2.
Oh, fuck.
78 on my monk. And that's because I was a low roll, right?
Mm.
That on my warrior would have been probably 30. But it was a significant amount of gil. Yeah. And if I go back and step on that spot, I would fight it again, which I have no reason to, but I could if I wanted.
You just gotta fight that thing a couple times, then you can buy a whole new spell.
Well, except the gills in the chest.
Not
a drop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would be incentivized to keep fighting it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because, you know, even I know you're speeding this up and everything like that, but going from shirts to like you guys are actually doing damage now.
Oh yeah. Well, my warrior is doing damage, and my monk is getting some good hits in because he has a powerful weapon and I think his bare-fisted attacks finally caught up with the weapon I'd had him equipped with, which is that kind of weird staff. He's still doing like 1/3 of the damage that my warrior is, but he's finally starting to get some momentum. Oh, no, he still has a staff. Weird.
Tom just cutting at people.
With his little tiny... Yeah, his
stab
little...
stab.
Like, it's such pitiful damage, but it's a little bit. And sometimes it does make a difference. Even though he's a black mage, I need to save his spells for when I actually need them.
It's like the characters who do that little bit of damage that doesn't matter unless it just happens to be that they had just like 8 health left and they did a 10 hit attack.
And it's one of those boss fights where you're like, it's going to come down to one turn where if I kill him this turn, I win. If I don't, he's going to kill me.
I wish this enemy was Disco Demon.
Yeah.
And it was just dancing. Got some bell bottoms. Like lasers coming from its staff.
Oh man. I want to fight the Disco Demon now. So yeah, those were those Pisco Demons were, if you'll remember, that mini boss that I fought in the last dungeon. Now there's just an enemy which doesn't pop up frequently, but can pop up. And also I'm receiving like 450, 500 gil per fight. So I'm actually starting to gain a significant amount of gil again. So I think after this, I'm able to afford a bunch of spells that I couldn't earlier. And that pause right there was probably me referencing the map on the guide.
Oh, yeah.
Because I appreciate that the dungeons in this game are actual labyrinths that you need to go through. But I was getting a little fed up with this game at the same time and didn't feel like exploring. Because my party's not strong enough that I feel like I can actually explore.
I think it's just strange to me that they put these bats in here just to make it more of an environment. Like that's
they're a nice little environmental touch. They give a little bit of ambience to the place.
It must be in the original too, right?
I would imagine, yeah.
It's weird that they don't have them be like enemies or there aren't any other types or something.
It's the same bat. The same bats that are in the Chaos Temple.
Castlevania looking bat with the red under its wings.
I wonder if there's even a bat that looks like that. Ugh, look at this thing.
Ochre jelly?
It's like a fucking muck.
God, that tongue hanging out? What does it do?
I think it just looks at you suggestively with that tongue.
It's just, so the earth is so fucked up.
Wait, this bat is different.
The earth is so fucked up that it's just like these crazy ass fucking monsters are being born.
And this bat is, oh my god, it's a vampire.
Oh no.
So I went down 3 floors to get to this guy. And now he wants to free me from my miserable mortal state, because what is a man?
Just a pile of shit. And sack of shit and lies.
Dracula just goes off.
Just a wet sack of shit. It's like, that's not it at all.
And I appreciate that it's undead, though, because white mages in this game get a spell called Dia, which does damage to all undead, and is actually pretty powerful.
Jeez, that was like fucking Frieza's like finger laser.
Yeah, it was. Which is
man.
actually well, actually, I guess that's something vampires have in a lot of fiction, is the ability to just, like, paralyze someone with a look.
Mm-hmm.
It did give me 2,000 gil, that was nice.
Whether it's, like, magic or fear or because they're so sexy.
Or
you
just
can't
raw
move.
charisma, yeah.
Yeah, they just look at you and you're like, oh, fuck, they're sexing me up with their eyes. I can't move.
Yeah, Ethel had started watching Supernatural, and I just refer to it as the Sexy Boy Show.
What is that? I don't even know.
It's a show. I think it's been on for like 12 years. It's about a pair of sexy brothers who fight paranormal entities. Yeah.
The Sexy Boys show.
But it's on. I think it airs on the CW. So you do the math.
Oh, jeez.
So you do that. You get that star ruby, right? And then you go down here, and it's like, oh, there's a stone on the floor, and it's an evil force. And now I have to fight my way all the way back.
Oh.
But I cut that out for our sake. And then you go north from where that cave was into the Titan's cave.
Oh, fuck. Does that thing want to fight you?
No, actually. He just stands there in your way until you give him a star ruby.
Is he fucking it? Look at his butt.
I know, it's wrong, but no, he's eating it.
Oh.
Nothing better than rubies. I don't know, man. What about emeralds or diamonds or any of that? And now he lets you pass. And he very slowly shuffles off into the wall and gone.
He ate his way through.
Yeah. And now that he's gone, we can get through this cave, fight these lesser tigers.
Okay, if that's the lesser tiger.
Yeah. I don't want to fight the greater tiger or even the regular tiger. I don't want to fight the middle evolution of this thing even. I wonder if there was a point in Pokemon's development where they just had really uninspired names like that.
Yeah.
Like Lesser Dragon, Dragon, Greater Dragon. And they're like, what if we call it, like, I don't know, Charmander? Charmeleon?
Double Dragon?
Oh, wait.
Can't do that. That key that you got that lets you into these rooms, right? Is that is that?
I don't think that's a mithril. I don't think that's a mystic door anymore. I think those are only in the places that you can access from before you open the outer ocean.
Is that key an item you can miss, or
it's given to you as part of the main quest line. Because again, one of the doors I had to open with it had the nitro powder, which allowed me to get into here in the first place.
Enemy strikes first.
Yep.
Of course. All those wolves just wait for you to walk in there.
And I sped these battles up, by the way.
Oh,
I mean, it's a little obvious from how quickly things are going, but as long as this fight is taking, and I thought about cutting all the battles out entirely, which I took the time to obviously cut them out of the main thing to speed them up. It would have been easy to just cut them out, but I wanted to leave them in to give some sense of the sort of tedium that starts to set in with this game.
Yeah.
Because your party is getting stronger, but not in such a tangible fashion that, I've been fighting these same wolves and these ogres for a long time, but they're still a nuisance and kind of a menace because they take so much damage to kill and they still do so much damage to me. And my casters are still just as impotent as they've always been.
It's fun to think about how to, in a game like this, how do you set the enemies up to, strike fear in you without just annoying you.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get into an encounter where you're like, oh shit, like, you feel like there is a menace, like a constant threat, without it just being like, god damn it.
Yeah. I like... God, I always go back to the Paper Mario well, and that's why I keep Paper Mario in my mind a lot when I'm thinking about that RPG idea I mentioned a couple episodes ago. But, because Paper Mario, you just take such direct control of everything that's going on that, oh, fuck. Here's the thing about these motherfuckers. They can paralyze you with a hit.
Oh.
I had the soft reset. I needed to soft reset after an encounter with one of these guys, one of these packs, because they got a preemptive strike. They attacked individually each of my party members and paralyzed my whole party.
Oh, fuck.
There was nothing I could do, and so it was just attack after attack after attack. But, because in Paper Mario, you can encounter a pack of intimidating enemies, but because the mechanics of that game you're able to dissect the encounter and think like, okay, here's how I can approach this. The problem with most RPGs, it's like you're just going to brute force your way through it. I'm going to cast my strongest spell, my warrior's going to mow him down with a sword. Now, this guy gives us the Earth Rod, which means we need to go all the way back to the Cavern of Earth, back down 3 floors, and then go down 2 or 3 floors further, which I cut all that out.
That's some shit.
Yeah. So that we can get to the actual boss of this place. But in Paper Mario, you can't... Eventually, you can more or less brute force certain enemies, but late into the game, they're throwing like, okay, these guys are flying, so I can't just hit them with my hammer. These guys have spikes, so I can't jump on them. That guy's on the roof. What do I do about that motherfucker?
Yeah.
But you always have the tools to tackle it, because they make sure to give you those tools. So I think, to an extent, you can simply be giving your players specific tools, especially if you're going with the Paper Mario route. Give your players specific tools, and then give them problems to tackle with those tools in mind.
I was on that same subject of how do you make something terrifying or menacing without it being annoying. What's it, the Midgard serpent or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, I like how 7 is random encounters too, but I wish there were, well, I guess there are the weapons, but I wish there were even more enemies that would, like,
just exist in the world, and you're like, I can fight that thing, but I don't want to right now.
Because that's like a menacing shit.
Or
if something like that was stalking you, that would be pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. If it just, you would occasionally see it, like, coming up after you, like, oh fuck. And you, kind of like what they did with the, that robot spider in 8.
Oh, I didn't play 8, so...
early on in 8, you go up to this, like, radio tower, and the enemy forces sick this robotic spider on you, and you fight it, and you beat it, and then you keep going back to the beach where you initially landed. But then the spider, like, basically recharges itself and comes back after you, and it keeps pursuing you all the way down to the beach.
I'm looking forward to 8, just because I never experienced 8. I'm totally missed out on 8.
8's not bad, it's just... The draw system is tedious, and Squall is a po-faced melon boy.
You get a car, though, don't you?
You get a car, yeah. And chocobos. For some reason, they have both.
I don't know, man. Cars are cool and everything, but if chocobos were available, I wouldn't be using a car.
I wish we were specifically breeding ostriches so that they have the power and the size to carry people around. I mean, obviously you can ride on an ostrich, but you have to be a tiny person to do it.
Or you can only do it for like a moment before it's exhausted or it kicks you off its back. Yeah, why aren't we riding big-ass birds? Why hasn't that relationship... We've bred dumb dogs like Riggs over here.
Hello.
Why haven't we bred the giant-ass friendly bird that gives us rides?
I don't know. We already had giant... God, we did have some gigantic birds, but we drove them extinct. So you'll see time and again I get to a point where I'm like, fuck it, I'm running away. I'm just running away. I've
been rewatching Cosmos, and it got to the part about dogs and stuff. I'm like... Where does Riggs fit in here? Like, it's like, yeah, we kept the cute ones and the ones that got big and could sense danger, and then it's like all those little cartoon dogs popping up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Riggs, like, what are you?
Where are you in this majestic tree of animals that we've engineered?
It's just a good laugh is what we needed.
I think right here I was really like, do I want to fight these or not? And I said, nope. At the very least, this one... It does allow you to run away most of the time. And now we're finally at the very end of the dungeon. So I do a quick one final memo save. Go up to that shitball.
Yeah.
Who speaks to me?
The giant shitball.
Exclamation point?
Well, I would be too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is the first fiend. The Fiend of Earth. The Lich. Which also explains why there's so many undead, because it's a goddamn lich.
Yeah.
Just corrupting the earth.
Dang.
Yeah, he's big, isn't he?
He's got like a lightning belt around him. Is that just fashion or what? Is it, can't it be both?
Can't it be functional and...
Ouchies.
Yeah, he doesn't like fire for some reason.
Dang, just
rocked my world with that.
Yeah.
That was bad. That's where I got to the point. I actually got scared there, where I'm like, can I win this? Like, is that memo
a couple times?
Like, is that memo save a waste of time? Because look at how much those heal. Like, I have Cure, which will restore like 30 to 60 to one person, and then Heal, which will restore like 20 to my whole party. His spell just did 100 damage to my each party member. Took 100 damage. Your healing is pitiful in this game.
And then there's enemy status spells always landing.
Oh yeah. Whereas, well, I never bother with status magic in these games because status affecting magic is only effective usually for the enemy, because they just need to wear you down over the course of a dungeon, right? It doesn't matter that they only got one extra attack on account of they put a guy to sleep. But for you, it really takes a long time for your status magic to pay dividends.
Yeah.
You need to paralyze or put the enemy to sleep or poison them, and then the poison does like 10 damage, and it's like, well, I would have done 50 with that attack. So it's gonna take at least 5 turns for that one status ailment to catch up with where I would have been in terms of damage. But usually you don't have that much time in a fight. Occasionally with a boss, but then you run into the other problem where bosses are usually immune to status ailments.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no point in using them.
And then they inflict a status on you, which takes that character out of the fight for that turn.
Oh,
it
yeah.
also takes another character out of the fight for the turn because that character has to fucking heal.
It's the idea of it's better to wound an enemy soldier than to kill them.
Yeah.
Because a wounded enemy soldier is going to take at least one other soldier's attention, possibly two. Because it's hard to carry a human being, especially if they have a whole, battle rattle on. Whereas if you kill a guy, it's like, well, my buddy's dead, but, nothing I can do now. Just got to keep fighting.
Hooray! Hooray!
Hey,
we did
hooray,
it!
Woo.
My arms are tired. We go now?
Seriously, can we go?
Just doing calisthenics afterwards. All right.
It's important to stretch after a fight with the Lich. With the great Fiend of Earth.
That's it. That was the ceremony. Just, hey, we did it!
And here, finally, they at least give you a warp point out. So you can just fuck off. Thank God.
It's like they knew how nice it is to get warped out.
They knew. Of course they knew. They just didn't do it.
I thought he was going to whip out his horn of plenty again.